What's up, YouTube? My name is Arthur Robinson Jr. I am the creator of PowerfulInterviews.com. I am a partner of NationalDiversified.com. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this phenomenal video. In this interview, you're going to experience life-changing information that you will not find anywhere else. I have secured an incredible interview with a great friend of mine, successful businessman. He's a powerful speaker. His name is Jamil Lindsey, better known as AKA Gully TV. Gully TV is an urban platform for hip-hop artists and for fashion designers. Gully TV, he basically interviews powerful gangsters, and he did a phenomenal documentary with HAITIAN Jack. And HAITIAN Jack was best friends with TUPAC. He's also interviewed successful comedian Kevin HART and A-list artists like Jim Jones and many, many more. In this interview, Gully TV, he breaks down layman's terms about vibes are stronger than pictures. Also in this interview, Gully TV, he breaks down layman's terms about put God first, then yourself, and be willing to help others, and much, much more. So remember, this is not BS information. The right information will change your current situation. Wealthy people, they take advice from other wealthy people, and unfortunately, broke people, they take advice from broke people. So right about now, go get your pen and your pad, sit back and relax, and write down some notes. In this interview that I'm going to reveal to each and every one of you with my great friend, successful businessman, the ghostwriter and phenomenal entrepreneur. His name is Gully TV. This interview, it will change your life. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn your notifications on. That way you be well informed when I publish more successful audio interviews. So, check it out. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the one, the only, the powerful Gully TV to the show.
Thank you, man. I'm glad to be here. That's the first time somebody read my resume back to me in a minute, man. I really appreciate the look, though. That's what's up.
Well, I appreciate you, Jamil, for coming on my international podcast show to educate my audience, our successful entrepreneurs and business owners, about your phenomenal brand, Gully TV. I gladly appreciate it.
The pleasure's mine, man. I'm always open to fellowship and build. I feel that the youth, the online listeners, they're the future, and this is a powerful component that we're working with. So it's a pleasure to be on your platform this morning, brother.
To everyone that's listening, I highly recommend go and get your pen and your pad right now. My great friend Jamil Lindsey is going to break down layman's terms about his phenomenal brand, Gully TV, and the power of branding. Is that correct, Jamil?
Yes, sir.
Now, what I'd like to know, and can you explain to the audience in layman's terms, who is the powerful Jamil Lindsey? How long you been in your powerful industry, and what is your expertise?
My name is Jamil Lindsey. I started out as I was a ghostwriter. I was writing books at Triple Crown Publishing. And over time, you got to adapt. You have to repackage. You have to repackage your, whatever you're working with in this game, your brand. It could be a record label. It could be clothing. You have to repackage if you plan on existing. You have to give people different looks. Consumers are big on innovation and something new. I try to stick to the elements of the street, hip hop music, sports and fashion. Those three components, you can find those components in public housing. I'm a product of public housing. I just literally used the provisions, you know what I'm saying, everything. I basically used friends, relationships, hard work, dedication, and originality. That's what I poured into Gully TV to make it be consistently recognized online. I know that hip-hop is the voice of the youth. I know it's a great way to touch large numbers of people. I've spent a time in the streets, and I did some wrong. Gully TV is also a way for me to correct some of my wrongs through my platform. Hip-hop and sports are two things that consistently attract the eyes, the ears of the youth. If they not on their iPads playing with YouTube trying to see a video, they shopping online. It goes back to hip hop and fashion again. And I just wanted to keep it pretty much authentic. That's where the word Gully TV comes in. We try to keep it all the way raw and abrasive. The word Gully, it originated in the West Indian culture. Gully is the gutter, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Ground zero. So that's what we doing over here. Hip-hop, sports, and fashion from the perspective of the streets. And getting, our information, our flavor directly from the streets. No secondhand news over here. We dealing with the people who played parts in hip-hop history and urban history. Yeah, that's Gully TV. We giving you a perspective that you're not going to see on television. You won't unless it's pay-per-view. That's what Gully TV is. There's some people who will never be acknowledged by media for whatever reason. They have a home at Gully TV, like somebody like HAITIAN Jack, who was, he was labeled as being undesirable. TUPAC had some things to say about him. He has a gangster's reputation. A conventional journalist ain't gonna sit down with a person like that, not by themselves anyway. You can find that here on Gully TV.
Now, with HAITIAN Jack, I've seen the video footage, and it's powerful. Gully TV is basically popping on an international scale. How did it all come about when you formulate that relationship with HAITIAN Jack?
Of course, I didn't know him to begin with. I started a campaign online and in the streets. I was wearing a T-shirt that said I wanted to interview HAITIAN Jack. Wherever I was at in the hip-hop business, wherever people were gathering at, I was rocking this T-shirt. I made a valiant effort of trying to get his attention. I didn't know where he was. I knew he was out of the country, but I had no idea how in tune he is with urban entertainment. He's watching YouTube and things of that nature just like everybody else. But Gully TV was brought to HAITIAN Jack's attention by the film director, Benny Boom. He seen me online campaigning, doing my thing, and he pulled Jack's coat. Jack started to check me out, see what type of person I was, and he decided he liked my style. He reached out to me. That's how it happened.
Wow. Gully, can you explain to the audience what is the best advice that you have ever received?
The best advice that I've ever received, it wasn't delivered to me by a person. I came in contact with this information through trial and error, if that makes any sense. You just can't let up. You can't let up. If you have something that you're passionate about, I advise someone to, if you have something that you have passion about, don't accept any advice from anyone. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I've received some advice along the way, but if I didn't seek the advice, a lot of times the information wasn't any good. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah, lessons, messages from God, the universe are delivered to us in a variety of ways. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might not come vocally. So, you know, nobody ever gave me any life-altering advice. Most of my information derived through trial and error. And that's it. I believe that entertainment, I believe life is full of bad advice. I believe sometimes, a lot of times, people try to share with us their opinion. That don't make it right. I try to pretty much go with my intuition. Vibes are stronger than pictures. I'll say that again. Vibes are stronger than pictures. You know what I'm saying? I try to always do the right thing because I want good positive energy and karma surrounding my brand. I believe that played a part in me getting this far, and that advice came from, you know, parenting. But as far as in the game, I would advise anybody who's passionate about something to follow your passion and, you know, pretty much make and live by your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because what works for one person might not work for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, in a nutshell, just keep it original and follow passion. I believe passion is an energy placed in us from God, and I really feel that way. So yeah, any advice that I've got up to this point, I can't say that it was any good. Everything that happened to me was, you know, I might have been given some advice and I didn't do it. I did it my way, and my way worked out a little bit better. So
you are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Gully TV got to this point from being abrasive, from going left field. When people told me to go right, I went left on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm being for real. I just follow my passion. And if anybody wants any advice from me, I would say that consistently follow your passion. Passion, that's an energy placed in us from the Creator. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that you can go wrong on a path that was, you know, set by the Creator. So I'm just running through these doors, man. Really.
You said follow your passion. So your passion turned into phenomenal profits.
Not just yet. It put me in rooms where I can earn phenomenal profits. You know what I'm saying? It was a level of selling myself, and I think we can, you know, correlate that to passion again. Everything, all of the energy that I needed to get me here, I pulled it out of myself internally. I just didn't want to give up. I just didn't want to fail. I didn't. So I think sometimes you hear people say, for instance, pro athletes, you hear people say, well, he's 30 years old, you know what I mean, and they expect it to be a decline or something like that. If someone is passionate, like LeBron James, it's not gonna be a decline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Passion will take you to the gym to work on your craft. Passion takes me to my studio in 90-degree weather on the 4th of July when everybody's at the amusement parks. Passion takes me to my laptop to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I have somewhere to be, and I know I'm going there. I know I'm gonna get there. So.
Wow. Now you built a phenomenal brand online, which is Gully TV, and basically, you know, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, well, Facebook owns Instagram. These basically are platforms where you can showcase your talent to the world on a national, international scale. Now let's talk about the power of using video. Now I know a couple years back Google bought YouTube for $1.6 billion, so video is hot right now. Can you explain to the audience the power of using video, and should entrepreneurs and business leaders use video to expand their brand?
Okay, everybody in 2018, everybody, man, woman, and child in the world is running around with a cell phone. Primarily, everybody got a phone. Even Obama even gave phones to the underprivileged. Everybody got a phone. So if you want to pass on a message or share some information or branding, social media is it. Everybody has a Facebook, a Snapchat, a Instagram, a Reddit, a Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. These are centralized locations where there's clientele present. When I say clientele, I mean the other users, the other people who are using these cell phone applications. And what you do, us, the brand, we share. That's what it's called on social media. Sharing. It's sharing. We share information. If you see kids now, a kid can be 5, 6 years old, and what is he doing? He's scrolling through a tablet on the couch. Everybody got their face poked in front of these televisions, these iPods, and these cell phones. And this social media age, this is the number one way of delivering information fast. Like when something happens, breaking news, like they just had some little boys in Thailand that were stuck in a cave.
Right.
The only way that the rest of the world can find out about that is through the news. And people who are not watching the news physically on television, they have these news apps in their cell phones. You digging what I'm saying? So everybody gets the news. It's the World Wide Web, and the reason why it's called the web is because everybody's connected. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Just like a web, yeah. And this information travels through the web. You know what I mean? Just like this interview that I'm doing with you. When I get done with you, I'm going to share with my viewers that I was just on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you got some new people listening to your platform. It's sharing. Again, it's sharing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's absolutely true. I appreciate you coming on the show today, because the whole premise of my show is to educate entrepreneurs and business owners on a worldwide scale that they can live the life that they truly desire, but they have to be open to these important principles. So I don't like what I see what's on the news, so I create my own news.
Oh, yeah. Dope. I support that. The future belong to people just like you, bro. Creating, the creators, the passionate creators. That's what the future belongs to, guys just like you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate that, Jamil. And I noticed that most people that hate they don't actually create, and most people that create don't hate. And you know, hate stands for.
I like that. You're right. I like that.
And you know, hate stands for having anger towards everyone reaching success, but we're too blessed to be stressed.
No doubt. Teach, bro. I'm right here with you, man. It's sharing again. You see, I came to the show and I'm getting some information. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to turn around and I'm going to share it with my audience. It's sharing again. That's the powerful, that's what's powerful about social media.
Well, I'm glad that God got into, the people that created the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Instagrams, because basically these are distribution channels where you can actually broadcast your message to the world. And on those distribution channels, you got a lot of eyeballs, like what you were saying earlier, where people are tuning into either the computer or their Facebook or their iPhone, iPad, or iTunes, and they want to listen to information, but the right information would change your current situation.
Yes, it will. And I pursue information, man. I read anything I can get my hands on. If the truth is illuminating, you know what I mean? You can feel it in your body when you're getting some good information, man. And I react to it. And I love it. I think been primarily what's kept Gully TV going. It's fresh information.
That's absolutely true. And information is knowledge, but wisdom is elimination.
Okay.
So when you embrace wisdom, you're eliminating what you basically wouldn't do in your business because you learn it from people who've been there, done that, who's still relevant in their current industries.
Yeah.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Gully, you built a phenomenal brand, and you still putting out phenomenal content. Now let's talk about delegation. Now, I know the minimum wage of a millionaire is around $524 an hour. So I always tell my listeners, what can you delegate for $524 an hour? Or you can go way beyond that. What can you delegate that's within your current budget? How important it is for entrepreneurs and business owners to delegate tasks out that they're not currently good at so they could just focus on increasing their revenues in their businesses?
Rephrase that question one more time towards the end.
How important it is for entrepreneurs and business owners to delegate tasks out that they're not currently good at so they could just focus on increasing their revenues in their businesses?
How can companies delegate their cash? You got to break that down to me, the usage of the word delegate.
Well, delegate pretty much mean, let's just say, for example, your platform, Gully TV. You just focus on creating and putting out phenomenal content for eyeballs that can engage in the content that you're publishing on the Gully TV platform. Right. Let's just say you hiring an assistant to take your phone calls, so you don't have to be doing a whole lot of things at once. You just focusing on creating content and bringing revenue into your business. You're hiring other people to do the mandate.
All right. Until you're ready. Until you feel that you're ready and earning to the point where you could pay somebody. I do everything myself. I got a son. He's 19 years old. He's become pretty sharp with computers, Photoshop. We trying to be able to build the empire through self. You know what I'm saying? So we want to cut down as many expenses as possible, especially in the infancy stages of launching a business. You want to have minimal if you want it to work. There's no cutting corners. There's sacrifices involved. I just told you on the 4th of July, I was in my studio. I couldn't go and buy an outfit and go to the amusement park, and I had some more pressing obligations tied to my brand. So that's what it is. That's what it is. You got to make some sacrifices. You'll find the revenue, the time, the energy you need. Sacrifices mean you're going to have to go without something to attain. So that's just what it is. If you don't do these things, you're not going to exist. Your brand will be finished. I've seen 1,000 people come into this game, and then you turn around and they talking about, well, I'm trying to get my CDL license now. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't do the right thing. So I'm in it. I'm in it for the long run. I'm in it. I'm a part of urban media. You know what I'm saying? And getting back to a question that you asked me earlier, if somebody has a company and they're of the urban community, they don't have to be black. Everybody that's a part of the urban community ain't black.
That's true.
If you got somebody in the urban community and they shaking, we gonna know about them. We gonna promote these people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the children who follow urban entertainment, they can identify with somebody who they have something in common with. Now, it might not be a racial. They might not make a racial connection with somebody on my show, but they might make some other type of connection with the person. You see what I'm saying? They might come from similar backgrounds. I need people to say, well, I've established a company, but way before I established a company, I had student loans, and this is how I got through this.
Wow. That's a powerful statement that you just made, because I interviewed a lot of people, men and women from different cultures, from Arabs to East Indians, Africans, well, we just basically Africans that live in America. But I interview a lot of powerful people from different cultures, and you can also learn from a lot of people in different cultures, but you can incorporate that into your own business for you to excel to the next level.
Right.
Gully, you
just looking for something common. We just looking for some common bond with the listeners, with the audience. We're looking for something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Some of our stories might be similar, and that's why, again, we have to share.
Now, you were born down Erie in Pennsylvania. Can you explain to the audience, what was Gully like when he was 10 years old? Did you always have an entrepreneurial spirit? Did your mother and father instill those values in you? Or did you build that over a period of time on your own?
My father was a notorious pimp. Notorious pimp, hustler, pool shark. Like, they don't even breed these guys anymore. I got all of that charisma. I got all of that get up and go. I got all of that confidence from my parents. I have both of my parents were successful. My father's no longer with us, but yeah, he was a pimp. He was a successful pimp. He was in the streets. He was successful at that too. I've been groomed around a certain caliber. I've been groomed around certain caliber people, and what you see is the apple don't fall too far from the tree. If you pay attention to sports now, a lot of the guys who playing basketball now, their fathers were stars. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we like to think that, you know, these gifts are passed down genetically, and that's true. So 10 years old, I was a hustler.
Okay. Wow. What did you hustle?
Nation of Islam, incense and oils, bean pies. I've been hustling all my life. That was my first hustle, the Nation. Yeah, I got pictures as a kid, 7 and 8 with the bow ties on. I was running up on people with them Final Call newspapers and the oils and the bean pies. So, yeah, man, I've been hustling since I was a kid, really.
So what shifted your paradigm to get into the media, and what made you want to basically pursue Gully TV? What was your epiphany?
I created Gully TV in jail. I seen it. It was exactly an epiphany. I thought I seen something on the wall. I hopped down and wrote what I thought I seen. It was Gully TV. From that day forward, I started to write a pilot on what I wanted Gully TV to be. And at this time, which is around 2002, 2003, I had a book deal with Triple Crown Publishing. Triple Crown was one of the top black books, black novel publishers in the game at the time. I was doing ghostwriting work over there, and the CEO, her name was Vicky Stringer. She was a millionaire. I wanted to sell her something additional to me establishing this ghostwriting contract that I got from her. I wanted to sell her something. I was right next to a millionaire. I have to sell her something. So I tried to propose Gully TV to her, and she didn't really let me get my proposal off, and I was more salty at the fact that she didn't let me get my presentation off. You know what I'm saying? And I just pursued
vision.
She didn't even let me get it off. She didn't even let me. We need to share. She wouldn't let me share.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what happened. I was a little, I felt some type of way about it, and I went out and pursued it on my own, and it's grown exponentially over the years. Like from the gate, I made splashes from the gate. The whole time I've been in urban media, I've encountered big viral stories. You know what I'm saying? Like Gucci Mane when he punched Mac Breezy, the girl, on film. I filmed that. You know what I'm saying? the mural Prodigy from Mobb Deep. His mural was defaced in Queensbridge. I brought the truth out of that. I got to the bottom of that. I gave his family some closure. You know what I'm saying? So I've found myself in some very, very fortunate situations, and I just whenever I was placed on the stage, whenever I had to perform, I performed, man. Straight up, I performed. When my time came, I raised that camera. I asked the questions that people don't ask, and then I promote it online. I push it around. I share.
Well, that's what it's all about, and you're doing phenomenal work, and keep doing what you're doing because the world needs you, man.
Absolutely. They need us. The urban media, they need you too, bro. Because like you said earlier, the news, they might not tell it right, so we need our own media platforms.
Right, exactly. Like, I know Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, the billionaire. He's a major shareholder in Netflix, and that's live streaming. But also TV is live streaming, too, as well as with YouTube.
Right.
So if you can bring the information faster to the masses, they're going to appreciate that, and you'll be building your brand and your following over a period of time. And one thing I come to learn in the journey that I'm on in terms of the entrepreneurial world is I don't shit on anybody.
Okay.
I don't care if you only got 10 followers, because guess what? Everybody that's big now, the world didn't know them back then.
You're right. You know what? I'm glad you said that, bro. Because when you reached out to me, I checked out what you had going on.
Mm-hmm.
I checked it out, and the channel and the presentation, and I've been on a lot bigger media platforms, but I respect you and what you're doing just the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's a pleasure to be on your platform, man. Like I try not to get off into that Hollywood thing, man, where I'm not going to talk to you because I don't feel that you're my equal online. And
right.
I don't do that. What happens is you'll miss something. You'll miss something that God placed in your life being like that. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I return them emails, man. When I get them emails and text messages, I return. You don't know if you're being emailed or text messaged by the next Kanye West.
That's right.
The next Wiz Khalifa. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The next Barack Obama. He could be right on your line. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
I can fellowship and cipher with anybody, man. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate it too, Gully, and I've been checking you out and checking out your powerful content that you publish online, especially on the YouTube channels. And I actually dreamed that I'll be interviewing you, and money is simply energy. So once you put that phenomenal energy out to the universe has a way of opening those doors in a major way.
You're right.
Gully, can you explain to the audience, is there a difference between goal setting and goal achieving?
I think so, absolutely. I think we'd like to set some goals, man, and try to get there. Sometimes you might exceed the goal. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might fall short, but even if you fall short, you might find yourself in another opportunity. So, it's about a positive attitude, man. Like if it don't come around the first time, it'll be back around to see you, man. God is good to the universe, man. We just got to play our part.
So once people like you, respect you, and trust you, that's when their minds are made up and they want to invest in you because you are your brand?
Absolutely.
Gully, let's talk about money. Now, I know money is not a value. Money is just a facilitator to do transactions. Can you explain to the audience, how would you define money?
I've learned that money is a bartering, is a tool. Money is a tool. It's fleeting. it's not always the most ultimate reward. Not all rewards come in monetary packages. I think that everything that we needed in life, it was given to us by the Creator. Money wasn't one of them. We can live. We can live and exist. We can live and exist without money. When I say that, I don't want the listeners to take that literally. But there are some things that we were given that we can earn and create a life for ourselves, and it has nothing to do with money. You know what I'm saying? The phrase, the best things in life are free. Somebody can walk up to you and give you $100 bill and then turn around and give you a $5 book that they got at a yard sale. Who's to say which gift is more prestigious, powerful, valuable, et cetera, et cetera? That $100 bill, it's just $100 bill. You can get $1 million worth of education in a $2 book. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to place my all. I try not to place my absolute belief in money. I've been disappointed by it. That's just me being honest, bro. People who trying to establish brands, money is necessary. And again, you might have to make some sacrifices, but have some, be civilized, man, in your dealings with people, man. Again, all rewards aren't monetary, straight up.
You said money is a tool, so money is a byproduct of the value that you uncover?
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
Basically, yeah. I like how you put that. It's about the person. Yeah.
Wow. See, there's a difference between a brand and your brand identity.
Okay.
A brand is basically what you're doing right now. If you're lazy, that's your brand. If you're not lazy, that's your brand. You are a business in your own right. So your brand identity is what's the lifetime value of you uncovering to the masses. Like, for example, with you, it would be urban TV. You're bringing the information to the masses where people can relate to that information. The same thing what I'm doing just in the business world, in the business community. So your brand is your promise. So how are you going to deliver your promise, and how can people engage in your promise where they want to be a part of your brand, and your brand can convert into a phenomenal movement, and that's what you're doing with Gully TV.
I'd like to provide something passionate. I keep using the same word, but that's what it is. That's what I move off. I like to provide something passionate to my viewers, to my audience, and God willing, they gravitate towards it. Everything that I put out is meticulous. I try to make sure I put some rare information. I do a lot of reading on Google. I read a lot of history. I watch a lot of Discovery Channel and History channels. That's what it is. Just, it goes back to passion again.
Wow. Gully, I wrote down some powerful words, 5 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, so you can rate them in your own influential way. Are you ready?
Okay.
Accountability.
I put a 3 on it.
Perseverance.
5.
Leverage.
Explain. Give me a little footnote. Where you going when you say leverage?
Okay, most wealthy people that are in my network, they leverage their platforms. So, for example, let's just say that with Gully TV, you have 1 million subscribers, and another person has phenomenal information that'll be very beneficial to your subscribers. So when y'all do the interview, that information will be leveraged on your platform, where a lot of people on your platform will get a lot of value.
Okay.
Amount of time.
Okay, so that's kind of like talent. Yeah, I put a 4 on it. Yeah.
Health.
5.
Wealth.
I put a 2 on wealth. As I've grown older, man, I've noticed that you could buy a brand new car, man. You could buy the latest Bentley today, and within a week, you're not gonna feel the same about it.
That's true.
So what? So why even buy it?
Yeah, they lose their value.
Yeah, you got
some car than to buy a car anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just try to be patient, man, and work with the gifts that God gave me, man. Patience. I got 2 eyes, 2 ears. Observation. I'm a sponge. I'm extracting information just by listening to you right now. That's who Jamil is. That's who I am.
Family.
Man, look, if you plan on being successful, you might want to remove family from the equation almost entirely. They don't understand. They don't understand because they can't read passion. They don't know how bad you want something.
They support you, but sometimes they don't.
Family. You'll have a hard time even getting family to wear a T-shirt with your brand name on it. A lot of people don't want to get down until it's obviously a success. I go through this myself. I have Gully TV branded T-shirts. I sell. Sometimes I give them to people, and I ask some of the people that I give them to just take a picture in the shirt and tag me on social media, and you know what I'm saying, just. Be a part of this movement. You would be amazed how many people I'm blood related with. I can't get a picture of them wearing a shirt that says Gully TV on it. That's something small. It don't cost no money, nothing. So yeah, these are our family members. These are the people who are supposed to believe in us. I heard Drake. He had a line when he said something like, "You weren't with me when I was shooting in the gym." The gym is the studio in the entertainment field. That's where you guys shooting all day. You're going to have hell finding somebody to come to the studio and want to sit with you, bring you a meal. Success is a very, very lonely road. So buckle up and get used to being alone. Family, family and friends, they're not going to be a part of your success. You'll meet some people along the way, strangers who will display more, get up and go, more passion in relation to supporting your cause. Your best friend could be 6 months away from you right now. You know what I'm saying? Your new social circle can be just weeks away. You know what I'm saying? So don't get pigeonholed by we can't choose the people that we're born with. Our siblings, our relatives and shit like that. We're not in control of, determining who those people are, but we can choose our own friends.
That is absolutely true, and when it comes to the family members, sometimes they just don't see your vision. They don't see what you see. But I always tell my listeners that strangers have everything that you want.
Okay,
if you have a phenomenal product and a service, and you can render that product and a service that's professional, those strangers will turn into your raving fans. And most of your friends, they don't see that vision, but when, like you said earlier, when they see the monetary wealth, when you start driving hot cars and you got houses or profitable businesses, now they want to get on your train. But like I always say, if you was absent during my struggle, don't be there during my success.
Yeah, not gonna happen. You're not gonna be there. I promise you. You're not gonna be there. I get bitter sometimes. I won't lie to you. I get. You know what I'm saying? I get withdrawn and bitter sometimes, and you just gotta, suck it up and keep on pushing, man. Like, there's a reward. Just keep on pushing. Get yours. But family, especially the black family, man, we got some issues, man. We got some issues. We got some. We still affected by the Willie Lynch.
Right.
That's today. We still dealing with that. So, self, man. That's something that I learned from parenting. I was raised in the Nation of Islam. Self. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Well, I think during your journey, like, you're going to be self because people just don't see what you see. And even when it comes to our own culture, there's people that I reached out to, and I have the credibility in the other cultures, but there's people I reached out to with our own culture, brown and black people, and they'd just be like, well, no, I don't want to do it. And I turn around, Gully, and it's like I interviewed Steve Forbes. He's a billionaire, the owner of Forbes Media. I interviewed another gentleman, Jeff Hoffman. He was the co-founder of Priceline.com. Years ago, they built that brand to a $35 billion market cap. Now that brand is worth $65 billion. And when I reach out to people at that level, Gully, you'd be surprised that they show me mad love. And our own kind, certain individuals, not going to mention no names, they don't show that love, and I just don't get it. And that's why I say that strangers have everything that you want, because sometimes when you reach out to people, those strangers can turn into long-term relationships. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. The people that we know, they won't even return email. They don't. They won't. I get to say, I hear I can detect the frustration in your voice. They treat me the same way, bro.
Wow.
Yeah. When I'm soliciting talent or I'm pursuing somebody, trying to link up, whatever, I get some of the same treatment that you get. As you build, as your numbers rise, they're going to be a little bit more receptive. Just keep in mind how they treated you. I do.
Right, exactly. Now, I've seen a phenomenal picture that you took in Miami where you took a picture with Tretch. Did you interview Tretch?
Nah, we didn't interview. We sat and kicked it for a minute. I've known Tretch probably like 5-6 years. I met Tretch for the first time maybe probably like 7 years ago at a rap battle event. He a cool dude, man. He's not Hollywood at all. If you met him once, he's the type of person that he might remember. If you met him in Cali and you run into him in New York City, he might say, hey, man, don't I know you? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a regular person. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that from him. I didn't get none of that Hollywood shit from him. It's funny that you picked him because he was way down to earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Gully, can you explain to the audience exactly where they can find you?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, pardon me.
Can you explain to the audience exactly where they can find you?
I'm online. My channel is Gully TV. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. That's my centralized location. I'm on Instagram at The Real Gully TV. I'm on Twitter at Gully TV1. My email address, gullytvboss@gmail.com, is public information. My phone number is even public information. I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but it's public information. If somebody wants to reach out to me on one of those social media platforms, I'll gladly give somebody my number. I'm about fellowship and sharing, man. That's how I got here.
Gully.
And yeah, man, I would advise you to do the same, man. Treat everybody, man, A-list, man. You never know what you got on your hands.
That's true. That's absolutely true. I had a gentleman that reached out to me in Pakistan, but he basically relocated over California. He wanted me to interview me on his show, on his entrepreneur podcast show. And I said, yeah, I'll do it, but he's been checking me out, and it's amazing how people be intrigued by what you're doing.
Right.
And once people are intrigued by that, they're going to reach out to you and say, Gully or, Arthur, listen, can I interview you? And, I'm very honored to do that. But then some people, when they, they get up there and they got a million subscribers or whatever, some people, they do shit on people. But, I always say that, don't do that, because remember, you was once at that place where nobody knew you.
Right. I'll tell you something. After this interview with me, you'll have a little bit more access to the urban, the urban hip hop community. Once they know that you notably interviewed me, they're gonna give you a listen. They'll respond. You on the rise, trust me. You on the rise.
I appreciate it, Gully. I appreciate that. And can you explain to the audience in your own influential way, from your own experience, what do billionaires and hecto-millionaires do on a consistent, regular basis that unfortunately broke entrepreneurs, they just don't do?
How many digits does it take to be a hecto-millionaire? You got to tell me this first. How many digits, man? That sounds like a big number.
Well, a hecto-millionaire, pretty much in the world I'm in business, that means that your business or businesses, whether you own 4 to 5 profitable businesses that generate the revenue, that means you're bringing in $100 million in revenue or more as a hecto-millionaire.
Okay.
Now, a deca-millionaire, that means that your company is bringing in $10 million all the way up to $90 million a year in revenue.
Oh, wow.
And then a low millionaire would be $8 million, $5 million, $1 million, and lower. Now, the top 1% is $250,000 a year on up. You're in the top 1% of the high-income earners in the world.
Okay.
Less than that, that means, you're middle class or poor. But remember, it's not really such thing as a middle class. It's either you're rich or poor, or you're trying to get on that side of becoming wealthy. You're either doing one or the other. So that's what I mean by hecto-millionaires or billionaires. They basically take a lot of massive action and provide a lot of value to the marketplace. And I wanted to know, through your journey and the people you interview, especially in the urban community, like, what do you see they're doing on a consistent, regular basis to build a brand that unfortunately broke entrepreneurs, they just don't do? They talk about doing something, but they never do it.
Lots of traveling. Lots of traveling. Everybody I know, all my associates, friends, they're in the airport all through the week. A couple flights a week. You got to move around. You got to get out there and elbow grease. You got to meet people. You got to share your experiences. You got to share. We keep getting back to that word, that magical word. The social media age, everybody got a phone, a profile name, a cell phone app. We just got to get out there, man. And I know that YouTube has somewhat of a regional coverage situation. I learned this from moving to Cali. You can be on the East Coast putting out content, and if you in California, there's people out there that they not gonna know about you. You have to actually go to California and upload some work in that time zone if you want to be recognized online. I learned this through trial and error. I had put in work for a long time on the East Coast. I went to Cali, and I was places where people had no idea who I was and what I was doing, never heard of Gully TV. And it's just the opposite on the East Coast. Everybody know about Gully TV on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So you got to move around to these different regions, the Midwest. I put in work in Kansas City, Chicago, Detroit, as well as out there in Cali, San Diego, Los Angeles, Arizona. Like, you got to move around. There's no other way to. Social media only gonna take you so far.
So you broaden your horizons a lot.
Yeah, Gully TV, urban entertainment, media, it's my life. You know what I mean? I save money, my resources, I save, man, and I'm looking forward to the next trip, you know what I'm saying, the next big thing that I'm doing.
Have you been to Dubai?
That's one of the only destinations that everybody's going as of, late that I ain't got there yet.
Okay.
And within the next year, I'm there, definitely. You know what I mean? This passport got stamps in it. I ain't done.
Gully, how can entrepreneurs and business owners get out of their comfort zones? Because I know that some people, comfort zones are actually their failure zones. Okay.
It's a personal decision. Either you want it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? The world, time waits for no man, woman, or child. We got 24 hours in a day every day. And despite what people say about America, you see a lot of police shootings and, racism. This is still the greatest country. This is still the greatest country. You know what I'm saying? The United States is one of the only places that you can wake up on a Monday morning and get you something. Tuesday, you could be a millionaire. This is the only country like that.
That's absolutely true. That's a powerful statement that you just made right there.
You are experiencing a life-changing, powerful interview, and you are hearing it first from Arthur Robinson Jr.'s PowerfulInterviews.com.
You became a phenomenal ghostwriter, and you're going to become a published author. When you publish your phenomenal book, are you going to get a lot of royalties from your book? And would you say that your book is going to be your business card?
I think this Haitian Jack film that I'm putting out next month is going to be my meal ticket, and it's going to be my identity. You know what I mean? Like when I say identity, my name is Jamil. Nobody calls me Jamil but my mother. The whole world calls me Gully TV. Even my friends. Like when that happens to you, that means you're doing something right. You know what I mean? That means you're working. So yeah, that's like my name. Gully is my name almost. Yeah.
Wow. So, what other big projects you got in the making that the audience should know about in regards to your book you got coming out, and do you have other video exclusive interviews, footage that the audience should know about?
I got the Haitian Jack Speaks project dropping next month, and I'm in the process of doing a film on my life. It's called Lambo Life. It's about living fast. I released a trailer for that online it's probably been like 10 months. And the Haitian Jack story kind of halted the progress on the production. I just finished the Haitian Jack story last night. Shout out to Al Prophet. He's one of my film director buddies from Los Angeles. He's going to get on it. And the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. My next interview could be Minister Farrakhan, Denzel Washington, Donald Trump. Ain't no telling.
Wow. Those are some big names right there.
Yeah, aim high, bro. Aim high, man. They know us. You gonna encounter you in business. You got some big guys coming to you. You got some, you got some Warren Buffetts. You got some Damon Johns from Fubu's. All these guys are gonna get on your platform. They gonna find you. Just keep getting busy, my nigga.
Well, it's funny that you just mentioned Damon John, because I interviewed a gentleman. He's a great friend of mine. His name is Bert Allman. And Bert Allman he's basically the man behind the Fubu brand. At that time in the 90s, LL Cool J was a brand ambassador for Fubu.
Yep.
And he basically took the Fubu brand from 100 million in sales to over 400 million in sales in approximately 2.5 years. He's behind the J-Lo brand. He's behind Mark Anthony brand. He's behind Nicki Minaj brand. He specializes in branding, and Russell Simmons and his wife at the time. So he's behind behind a lot of phenomenal brands. There's a lot of faces that's out there that's well known in terms of omnipresent, but you'd be surprised there's a lot.
You